Hello everybody, here's your Niall. Hello to the Jackson family and hello to all the people which are watching this video actually. So this is the third video I'm gonna produce with MJ, so with Michael, where he gonna canalize wind to the wind tool you see in one of the camera views. And we're gonna demonstrate that for you. So if you look at the wind tool now, it's hanging loose because there's not so much wind, and he's gonna uplift it now. And you could see when I spoke it out that he's gonna uplift it. More and more wind was canalized to the wind tool, so the wind tool did start to fly in the wind. Okay, so the creator Michael today is able to connect to the biosymbiosis, so the area where I am, and to influence that. And he can influence the weather, for example the wind. And we use that because if you want to agree to stuff I speak out, he can raise the wind level like he's doing it right now. So he can canalize more wind into this area and he can uplift the wind tool. Also, if you look at the wind tool, there's one side with a golden star. So on one side of the wind tool there's a golden star placed, and on the other side there's no golden star. Michael is turning the wind tool a bit for you so that you can see the side with the golden star at the moment, for this camera view where I'm pointing with my finger at. And on the other side of the wind tool there's no golden star. So if he wants to say specific to a specific question, if he wants to say yes, he also can use the method by turning the wind tool with the wind to present the golden star like he's doing that right now into the camera. As you could see when I explained that, the wind changed and he turned the wind tool around so that the star is pointing into the camera. And with that, he's agreeing to that. You can say yes. That's a demonstration for you. So me and Michael, we produced 2 other videos in the past week or so, where Michael communicated to his family members and where he communicated to his fans actually, so the people which enjoyed his music and stuff. So, and as you can see if you watch the area, also the plants in the area, when I spoke that out there was a huge reaction. You could maybe hear the noise of the wind as well. And if you look in this camera view where I'm pointing with my finger at, if you look at the plants in the background, you can see that Michael is shaking them now with a huge wind wave. So he canalized a lot of wind into this area and he influenced the plants as well. So if you watch the video, please watch out for the wind tool, because Michael can use that for communication. But you can also understand the principle better of the communication, and you can understand Michael better if you also watch out for the plants in the background, because they also do react to the wind level. And Michael is agreeing to that by canalizing more wind to the wind tool. That's why he did uplift that. And he's gonna do that again. Watch out. You could see he's uplifting the wind tool again with more wind. So Michael, we stopped the last video. Let me say like that. In the last video you said hi to your family members, you identified yourself as Michael Jackson, you communicated that you love your family members and that you would love to be in a situation where you could communicate with them better in a way that they can understand you. And the video stopped when we were in a conversation about the fact that you would like to communicate with your family about situations where you are able to connect with their human body. So we were in the last video, before it stopped, we were at the point where you communicated that you feel uncomfortable sometimes because of that, and that you would like to communicate with your family members more about that point. And you could see during I did speak it out, Michael Jackson was pushing the wind tool with the wind into the metal structure where it's hanging on. And Michael wants to agree to that point one more time specifically. So now the wind tool is hanging loose. You can see it's just hanging there. There's not so much wind. And Michael gonna start to uplift the wind tool now again. And you can see he's doing that. So he's pushing it into the metal structure again with more wind. And with that, he did agree to that, what I spoke about before, that we stopped the other video at a point where we were in the conversation that he would like to speak with his family about situations where he can connect in symbiosis to their biological body, to live in their biological body, and he can influence their biological body. But often creatures which are capable of doing that, if they love the other human, they're in a situation that they don't know how to behave and what is acceptable and what not and stuff like that. And that's a little bit your problem, right? Not only, but there's more, but that's a little bit your problem. Is that right? If that's right, please uplift the wind tool one more time. And for the people which are watching the video, check out the wind tool now. Michael is uplifting it a little bit, but he's gonna uplift it even a little bit more than that. So check that out. He's canalizing now more wind into the area. That's what you can see when you watch out for the plants in the background. And if you want to watch out for the wind tool, he's uplifting it right now. And he's pushing it into the metal structure again. Okay? And he showed the golden star to the camera. So he's doing that again for you, that you can understand that. Okay. So, to the family members, yeah, Michael is in the situation, as far as he communicated to me, he's in a situation that he often visits you, he often is with you, but so he's able to travel into human bodies, to connect to these human bodies and to influence them. And he communicated to me that he sometimes feels uncomfortable because he don't know how to behave, like what's okay for you guys, the family members, and what would be not okay. So because you cannot easily imagine how you can influence your body without that you recognize it, but he's able of doing that, and by that living in your human body, when he travels into that human body and connect to that human body. And so he communicated to me that sometimes he would like to, or he would be in a position to communicate with his family about his feelings in these areas, and that he would like to find a solution with his family by communicating with them in a way that a solution can be found. Sorry. And you could see during I spoke it out, Michael Jackson's pushing the wind tool with more wind because he's agreeing to that. Okay, so he's canalizing now even more wind than before because he's agreeing to that point that this is his perspective as well. Alright, as in the last video, this video not gonna be too long because I have some storage problems on my cell phones. But we're gonna do a few short videos, so maybe 2 or maybe 3, I don't know. Michael, I'll wait a second until you let the wind tool hang loose again, so that there's no wind, okay? He's agreeing to that, he gets me. And when the wind tool is hanging loose again so that there's no wind, then we could do the identification one more time. And Michael is agreeing to that. That's why he turned the golden star in the direction of the camera, which is also the direction of my eye view. And he's doing that again. See? Okay, so I'll wait a second and I'll light my joint. So as you can see now, the wind tool is down again. No, Michael, let it hang loose first. Sorry, I'm communicating with Michael in my thoughts as well. So I'm just gonna wait a moment. So as you can see, there's not so much wind in the area right now. The wind tool is hanging loose. And Michael, can you produce now much more winds to identify as the creator Michael Jackson? And when I spoke it out, watch the wind tool, he's pushing it now, and he's gonna canalize even more wind to the wind tool, and he's gonna push it even higher. And also watch out for the plants in the background, because he did produce a lot of wind in the area in the background in the plants. But now he's pushing the wind tool, watch that, he's pushing the wind tool higher to agree to that. So he's identifying with that as Michael Jackson, the creator. So that's important to have, he's canalizing a lot of wind for that point now. So it's important to have some identifications in the videos. So I always try to identify, let them creator identify themselves by doing the wind. That's the point. So we have one identification of Michael Jackson, and I will do later, I will ask him again. So that you have his reaction 2 times for the same question. So, Michael, in the last video you communicated also that you are often visiting your family. That's right, right? And he is canalizing now more wind for that point. So he did uplift the wind tool. And Michael, can you do that? Can you do that again? He will do that again now, and you can see that more and more wind is getting canalized to the wind tool, and he's uplifting the wind tool for that point. See? And now he's canalizing a lot of wind for his family members. So he's often with them. And in the last video, he also communicated that he enjoys that time. Okay? I don't know if you have seen the other videos. We had the following problem. We made the last video and decided it's going to be a private video, so that it's not uploaded for the public. There's a possibility on YouTube to upload a video in a private mode, so that you just the people which do have the direct link to the video can see the video, but it's not listed. And the plan was that I sent Janet the videos by email, but I couldn't find any email address. I was on a homepage, I was on the Facebook page. So Facebook page you can't message her because she's too popular. And on the homepage you also couldn't send a mail. So Michael, you can agree to that. We both of us visited today Janet's homepage, right? Because he was in my human body, connected to my human body at that moment in time when I did the research, and when I then did visit the homepage. And watch out for the wind tool now. Michael is agreeing to that by he presented the golden star to the camera, and he wants to uplift the wind tool one more time. Watch the golden star, and now he's uplifting the wind tool. Watch that. You can see that more wind was canalized in a way that the wind tool got pushed to the back, like right now. That's what you have to watch out for, okay, to understand it. So, there are more questions we can solve for your family members, maybe, right? And Michael is agreeing to that, so he wants to say yes. Maybe let the wind tool hang loose again. He's gonna do that, and now the wind tool is hanging loose again. So you think we can solve a lot of questions your family members might have regarding this, how it is in the afterlife, right? And you could see that when I spoke it out, when I asked him, he canalized a lot of wind. He pushed the wind tool into the metal structure, and he gonna uplift the wind tool one more time for you to understand that. And watch out for the wind tool. It was uplifted when I said he gonna do that one more time. So he's pushing it to the metal structure again. See? Okay, now we are 15 minutes into the video. I would say we're not gonna make it longer than 25 minutes. And then we can do another video. So we're gonna do 2 or 3 videos today. That's the plan. And Michael is agreeing to that. And Michael wants to communicate one more time to his family members that he loves them. And he's gonna canalize wind for that. Watch out for the wind tool. And he's uplifting the wind tool even more. And he lets the wind tool fly a little bit. But he's now creating a situation where the wind tool was hanging loose again. And he wants to agree to that point one more time, clearly by canalizing more wind. That's what he's doing now. So the wind tool, let's do it like that, Michael. Let the wind tool hang loose first. Then I ask again, and then you can canalize the wind again. So watch out for the wind tool. He will let it hang quite loose so that there's not so much wind. And you can see the wind tool went down a little bit. But I would say less wind. He's agreeing to that, so he will let the wind tool hang loose in a moment. So I'll wait out for that right now, and then I can ask him the next question, and then it's easier for you, for the people which watch the video, to understand the communication. So let's do one more identification. Yes, he's presenting the golden star to the camera. You can agree that you are Michael Jackson, the creator who have lived as the man and as the musician, right? And he's canalizing a lot of wind for that. He's pushing the wind tool again into the metal structure. So you have the second identification with that the creator is agreeing to that. And Michael is canalizing a lot of wind for that point now in the area, and you can see he's uplifting the wind tool with that, and he's agreeing to the point. So second identification, it's Michael Jackson, and for that the wind tool is raised. Okay, we're gonna stop this video over here, but I'm just gonna stop the video to save the videos, and then I'm directly gonna do the next part. So stay tuned.